Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Friends, in our last video we have seen that how we can connect to SQL Server databases or database engine using SQL Server Management Studio. We have also seen that how we can create a database in SQL. Now we will carry on with our tutorial series and we will learn how to create a table in SQL database. In the last video, we have created this testDB database. Now, once again, if you want to revise that structure of how we can create a database, let's just start with the revision of creating a database, and then we will move on to creating a table in SQL Server. So for creating a database in SQL Server Management Studio using the GUI, you can right click on databases, then go to new database, and write name of your database here like test db2, right? And click OK. It will automatically create a database for you here. As you can see, if you are not able to view your database that you have created, just go to database, right click here and refresh, so that the list of databases will be refreshed and the database that you have created will be shown here. Now, just if you in case you want to delete or drop this database, you can simply go to this database, right click here and delete, and click OK. Fine. Now what if you want to create this database using the queries, SQL queries? For that you have to go, you need to have a query editor, and for that click on new query. It will open a new query window for you where you can write your SQL queries. So for creating a table, database, view, procedure, anything, you need to write the SQL command, that is create command, right? So we will write here create. As you know, we have deleted the testdb2 that we have created right now. Now I will write create database. As I want to create a database, then I will give name to my database. Let's say test db2. This is the name of my database that I want to create. This is the command to create a database. Create database and then name of your database. Now execute it. Good. Sorry. Here you need to go like this. Execute. It happens. Why it was giving that? Because error, because we have selected that test DB database and it was trying to create a new database inside a database. That is not valid. So just go here, select any other master or system generated databases and execute your query. Now test db2 is already created. If you want to drop this database, drop database test db2. Now we can drop this database by executing this query. Command executed successfully and your database is now deleted, right? The queries that you can use if you want to create or drop or delete your database by using your SQL queries. Now, to create a data table inside your database, for example, I'm using this testDB database. To create a table, go to the table folder, right click, new table. So through this GUI, you can create a table. For example, my table have 4 columns: ID, name, email, and gender. So first column is ID column. Its data type will be int. Right? I want it to be in ID and I want it to be int. Allow nulls. If you check this, that means you are allowing it to have nulls. But for ID column, we will be setting it as a primary key, so we don't want it to have null values, right? To set this column as primary key, right click on the column, set it as primary key. Now it will not allow nulls. Okay, now go to second column, that will be name. Name column will be your varchar. It is length, maybe 50. Now next is your email. It can also be varchar. We will talk about all the data types that we use in SQL in later videos, but for now you can see that any set like name, email, address that have a variable length, you can use varchar, and this is minimum character set that you have to give to it, right? Assign it in varchar. It will also not allow null. And now this is gender. Gender will be integer value. No, it will be a varchar, right? Varchar. Now here I can set the minimum length to 10 because it can be male or female, right? Now for saving this table, Control S, or you can go here, right click and save. Now give name to your table. You can give any name. For example, I'm giving it TBL person. To denote table, I'm using the word TBL before the name of the table, that is person. So TBL person is a table person. Click OK. And now if you will see here inside tables, you have a table that you've created, dbo.tbl person. So tbl person is the table that you have created. Now, what if I want to create a table using the queries? For that, if you don't have a query window, just go here, new query, click on new query. It will open a query window for you. Now, you have to create so similarly as we have created a database using create command, we will use here the similar command create, but right now at this time we want to create a table. So create table, and now the next thing is to give name to a table. So my table will be TBL person or TBL, let's say employee, right? I will just create a table. Now, one important thing that you want to know, that you need to know about creating a table, store procedure, anything inside a database is here you need to select the database that you want to create the table on or procedure on. Means the database that you're working should be selected here. So here I have worked, I'm working on test DB, so I will select test DB so that whatever queries we write here will be executed on this database, right? So create table employee. For example, let's say that my table would have 2 columns, right? So create table, choose these parentheses, and inside these parentheses you have to define your columns. For example, my first column will be ID, and then we have to define its data type. I will use it integer. Now, not null. This is the constraint. I will use it here because I want it to have only values. No, I don't want to allow any null values in this column, as I'll be using this as a primary key column. So I have defined a column here inside my table employee, that's ID. Its data type is integer. It is a null. It is a column that will not allow any null value, and it is the primary key for my table. Now for next column, let's see, its name, in varchar 50 is its size. It is also a column that will not allow null value, and then I can have another column like gender. It will be in varchar of size 50, right? So in a similar way, you can create any number of columns that you need in your table. So my table here will have 3 columns: ID, name, gender. I have defined their data types here in varchar, integer. I have defined that they will not have null values in them, so not null. For primary key column, we will say it is a primary key, and otherwise we will be talking about all these constraints in later videos in detail. So for now, just execute this command, but before executing, just keep in mind that you are going to select only that table on which you are working and on which you are going to create this table. Let's say, for example, by mistake I have selected master database here, right? And this is any other database that I'm not intended to create my table on, and I have selected this database and I have executed this command here. Command have executed successfully. Now see, did I get this table in my database that I wanted to? No, I don't find that table here. Why? Because that command get executed on this database that was selected here. That is master database, and that this is a system database. So if I'll go in master database and I'll open tables, then I am here finding my table employee. But this is not what I wanted to, right? So just go here and delete this. Now for executing this on the right database, just select test DB, and now we will execute this command completed successfully. And now if you go to test DB, your database, and still we don't have this table here, right? Go on and refresh. Now see tables, and you have table employee and table person here. So table employee is the table that we have created using the commands. Now what if you want to drop this table or alter this table? For example, I want to drop this table, so I will use drop command. Drop, what I want to drop is a table, so drop table. Now give name of the table. So my table's name is tibia employee. So now execute this commands executed successfully. Now if you will see here and refresh your tables, you don't see table employee here because we have already dropped it. So this is all about tables, mean how you can create a table using the GUI or using the query windows, and how can we just drop a table using the query window, or you can drop a table using here by going to the table's name and just right click and click on delete, right, and hit okay. Share table is created. So this is all about tables. In the next videos, we will carry on with some more constraints on tables, and we will explore more on how we can work on tables, like what are the foreign keys, primary keys, and other constraints that we use on our columns of a table. So for now, goodbye, have a nice day, and keep watching my videos. Do share, like, and subscribe to my channel for the later on videos on this tutorial series. Thanks, bye bye.